Hey guys, it's Yasmin and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to do a comparison between my two Neverfull bags, as you can see over here. So one is in the Monogram canvas and I have one in the Damier Azur. So I have reviewed these bags, I think in my past few videos, which I will link down below or up there. So if you're interested to see the differences in the comparison, do stay tuned. So for me, when I decided to get the Neverfull, I thought I'll just get it in the Damier Azur print because, as mentioned in my previous video, which I'll just link down below, I fell in love with the rose ballerine lining. So it really complements the Damier Azur print very well and I just love its combination. So it was a no-brainer for me to get the one in this print. And then fast forward about a year later, I kept on thinking about the monogram and suddenly I just fell in love with the idea of the monogram together with the rose ballerine lining. So I went ahead to look for it in the pre-loved market and thankfully I managed to get it. So since I already have both, I thought it might be useful for some of you guys who ever thought about getting one of these bags, and if you're wondering which print is for you, let's talk about it. So in terms of comparison between the two bags, I think besides the, of course, obvious difference between the two canvas, there's difference between the lining. So as you can see, the one with the Damier Azur has a very light lining. The pink is slightly paler than the one in the monogram and the stripes are a slightly darker pink. Whereas for the one for the monogram, I think the pink looks slightly darker. I don't know if I can show you like that. So you can see the two pink. Oh, by the way, this one is made in France and the monogram is made in Spain. So I did compare, and interestingly enough, there's slight difference in the way it's sewn. So over here, the zipper here, there's double stitching, whereas the one over here, it's not double stitch. So I thought maybe it's because it's made in different countries, so probably that might be that difference. Otherwise, the double stitching on the tab, it's also the same. The straps at the side where you can cinch in, it's also the same, except that the groove on the vachetta is slightly wider than the one here. It's only if you put it side by side that you can see the difference. I know some people who say that, oh, this is a nice bag to carry out during summer, and that would be a nicer bag to carry out during winter or, you know, the other seasons. For me to decide which bag or which canvas I would like to carry out for the day depends on the outfit I'm wearing. So like for instance, if I'm dressed in something pastel, I would much rather go with the Damier Azur. But that said, I do think the monogram canvas suits anything and everything because it is such a casual type of print which you know, you can carry with anything. I think it does look good with whichever outfit I do carry. But because one of the reasons why I tend to go for the monogram is because number one, it's still the newer bag out of the two, so I still want to carry it out more often, and secondly, I think it is more carefree than the Damier Azur. Trust me when I say this one you have to baby. I mean you don't have to baby it, but for me, I do have to take extra care with this one because it is such a light canvas and it gets color transfer so easily as compared to the other one. And because of the lining, yeah, basically because of the color. So I think when I want to go out, I also have to think where are we going. So if let's say I'm going to places where I feel that I have to run errands or I can't think about my bag so much, I'll just go ahead with my monogram. I think that has been a good way to gauge which bag to carry out. I know it's just two of the same bags and I never thought that I would have both bags at the same time. I always thought that if I got tired of this, maybe I'll get that one, but yeah, I think I'm happy with both bags. The Neverfull is such an easy bag to carry, so I don't have any regrets having both of them together. Okay, so if you ask me which bag I would prefer, I think it really depends on your preference, on whether you prefer the monogram canvas or you prefer a lighter canvas. Some people just love the classic look of the monogram canvas, which I also do love. I think if I were to see anything Louis Vuitton, I would just immediately, wow, that's a nice Louis Vuitton bag, just from the canvas. And the canvas is so, this canvas especially, it's so easy to take care of, and it's so recognizable. People see it and they immediately know it's a Louis Vuitton, whereas this one, some people may not even know that it is a Louis Vuitton because the logos over here, they're really tiny. But I guess that's what I kind of like about this bag, because it's not as loud as the monogram canvas. I think this one is understated, and it's not as common to see the Damier Azur print being carried out by people as often. So when I do see other women carrying out, I'm like, hey, we have the same taste. I don't say it to them, I just think of it in my head. I think in terms of carrying it out every day, I would go with my monogram, but because I love this bag too much, I just want to keep it. I don't want to dirty it, so I would keep this one inside the dust bag and take it out to admire it. And yes, I will still carry it out, but not as often as I want to. But if let's say, okay, I hope it doesn't happen. If let's say I have to sell off one of the bags because I don't have enough money, then I will have to let go of my monogram, just because this one has sentimental value. So I am still emo at heart and, you know, a sentimental person. So yeah, I will still keep the Damier Azur, and this one is a brand new piece I bought from the store, so I think it has an advantage over the monogram, which is preloved. But that said, I do love both, and I do hope you find this video useful to decide which one you want. Or if let's say it's still not a useful video for you to decide, then get both, or better still, get all three. I think I have seen the Damier event with the rose ballerine lining, and I think it is gorgeous. But will I have it in my collection? I don't think so. I think 2 of the same bags is enough. I've never had this kind of thing in my collection where I had the same 2 bags, and so it feels so frivolous and luxurious, which I am totally not. Anyway, that's all I have for today's video, and I do hope it's useful. If you have any comments or any questions about the 2 bags, do leave them down in the comments box below. Or yeah, and if you like this video, do subscribe, do give me a thumbs up, and do say hi or whatsoever. And yeah, I really do appreciate it. So till next time, bye.